Before we dive in, imagine this. You're standing in a packed Las Vegas hall, lights blazing, the room buzzing with Bravo fans, and suddenly a roar rises as Kandi Burruss steps on stage to accept one of the biggest honors Bravo has ever given. That's the moment we're stepping into today, because Kandi has just won the Wifetime Achievement Award at BravoCon 2025, and her reaction? Pure joy. She says she's on cloud 9, and honestly, the energy around this moment feels just as high. So let's rewind, break it all down, and explore exactly why this award matters so much, not just to Kandi, but to the entire Bravo universe. She's already one of the most decorated and influential figures to ever come out of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But what happened this weekend just pushed her legacy even further into icon territory. Picture Kandi accepting that award, standing next to her daughter Riley, surrounded by a tidal wave of love from fans, fellow Bravo celebrities, and the entire network that watched her evolve for 14 seasons. She called the moment tingly, which honestly might be the most Kandi description ever. Raw, heartfelt, and beautifully genuine. This wasn't just a trophy. It was a recognition of years of hustle both on screen and off. You could see it in her face. This was a career-defining moment, and for longtime fans, it felt like a full-circle celebration. After leaving RHOA in 2023, many wondered if the Bravo world would ever properly acknowledge just how much she shaped the franchise. Now, there's no doubt left. She's cemented as the longest-serving housewife in the history of the entire franchise. And here's what makes this award even more powerful. It doesn't only honor her time holding a peach. It celebrates the entire universe Kandi created outside of RHOA. From Kandi and the Gang to Escape, still kicking it. Plus everything she built independently. Grammy-winning songwriter, actress, producer, entrepreneur, and host of the Burruss Banter podcast. She's one of the few housewives whose resume outside the show is just as impressive as what she did on camera. When she said everyone from the fans to the Bravo family was showing love, she meant it. This wasn't polite applause. This was a show of gratitude from people who know just how much she's given. They know she's not just a reality star. She's a cultural force. And let's talk about Andy Cohen's reaction, because he was practically glowing when he announced the award months earlier on Watch What Happens Live. You could tell this wasn't about ratings or nostalgia. It was about respect. Andy told her how happy he was to honor her in a really great way. And Kandi's response was classic, wide-eyed disbelief. Wait a minute, y'all picking me? It made the moment feel even sweeter. She's someone who built her career brick by brick, never entitled, always grinding. And now she's being celebrated for the full weight of that work. Her 14-season run isn't just long, it's record-breaking. No other housewife has done what she did with that kind of consistency, presence, and impact. But what I love is Kandi's honesty about stepping away. She's been open about not returning to RHOA at this moment because she's finally doing the things she loves without the pressure of holding a peach. She's supporting the show from a distance, but she's not letting it define her. And that shift is important. For 14 years, she balanced storylines, business ventures, motherhood, and a music career. That alone deserves recognition. But stepping into this new era, this award-winning, Broadway-bound era, shows she's still evolving. It's like she closed one legendary chapter and immediately opened another ambitious one. The award at BravoCon didn't feel like a goodbye. It felt like a salute to a queen who's just getting started again. And speaking of new chapters, let's get into the Broadway comeback, because this is huge. Kandi is joining the cast of And Juliet starting December 11th, taking on the role of Angelique, a major character in one of Broadway's most energetic musicals. This isn't a cameo, and it's not a vanity project. This is a real run at the Stephen Sondheim Theater, lasting through March 8th, 2026. If you followed Kandi for even 10 minutes, You know she thrives when she's challenged. Her last Broadway venture earned her real acclaim as a producer. Now she's stepping into the spotlight as a performer again, blending her vocal talent with her acting skills. Fans who've missed seeing her weekly on TV, they're about to get her live, center stage, doing what she genuinely loves. Zooming back to BravoCon, the timing of all this couldn't be better. BravoCon itself is already pure chaos and celebration. Thousands of fans, panels, reunions, drama, surprise moments, and then you add Kandi receiving the top honor. It set the entire weekend buzzing. People who attended described the moment as emotional, electric, and beyond deserved. She didn't just show up to accept the award. She made the moment resonate. She thanked fans, acknowledged her family's support, and stayed present the entire time. And when she later commented, "I'm on cloud 9 right now," on her interview clip, you could feel the sincerity. It wasn't PR. It wasn't polished. It was Kandi still soaking in the love. What makes this so special is the generational impact. Riley standing beside her wasn't just a sweet moment. It represented everything Kandi has built over the years. Fans have watched Riley grow up on screen. They've seen Mama Joyce become a Bravo legend herself. So when they appeared together, celebrating this massive milestone, it mirrored the family journey audiences followed for over a decade. Kandi didn't just create storylines. She created real emotional touchpoints. And this award felt like recognition of that authenticity. Of a woman who let viewers into her world. Flaws, wins, conflicts, businesses, music, everything. She didn't hide, and she didn't fake. She shared. That's why this celebration hits differently. And let's not forget the bigger cultural picture. Kandi's run changed the landscape of the Real Housewives. She brought business credibility. She brought Grammy-winning music industry history. She brought emotional depth and real-life stakes. Most importantly, she gave fans consistency, a grounded presence amidst cast shakeups, drama, and production shifts. Even when she wasn't the loudest or messiest, she was the backbone of the show. That's why longtime fans see this award not as a surprise, but as overdue. And now her shift toward Broadway, producing, and acting feels like a natural evolution for someone who has already mastered reality TV. Her journey shows that leaving a show doesn't mean leaving a legacy. As BravoCon continues through November 16th, the excitement around Kandi's win hasn't slowed for a second. Fans are still buzzing, clips are circulating non-stop, and the moment is already being called one of the highlights of BravoCon 2025. And honestly, it's easy to see why. Kandi Burruss has spent years showing up, consistent, talented, ambitious, and endlessly hardworking. This weekend didn't create her legacy, it crowned it. And if her cloud 9 energy is any hint of what's next, then the next era of Kandi is going to be bigger, brighter, and more unstoppable than ever. So buckle up, because we're watching a woman who's already achieved so much step into a whole new spotlight, and she's doing it with the same confidence and gratitude that got her here.